Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, bringing you another Star Wars Galaxies emulator video. In this video, we are doing what I remember to be the most tedious quest you can do in the village. This is Phase 3, Combat Prowess, Melee Accuracy. Special note with this mission does have the option of doing it either by yourself or with a partner. Now, if you do it with a partner, you actually receive 2 rewards instead of just 1. But I'm going to do it by myself first, just to show you what you have to go through if you're unlucky then you don't have any friends. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find Captain Sarguillo. Sarguillo? No, it's Guilo. G-U-I. Sarguillo. Yeah. He's standing right in the middle of the village, right across from Rohawk, the village elder. You're going to talk to him and he's going to say, "We've gained some critical information about the enemy, thanks to the efforts of you and your friends. The time for our attack has come. What information do you have?" "Our scouting missions have revealed some very crucial information about possible enemy encampments right here on Dathomir. We are not certain of the exact locations, and our intelligence tells us that the enemy is constantly on the move attempting to elude detection. We must seek out these encampments and capture whatever leadership may lie within. I will fight for you. I'm afraid I can't offer much in return, but I can put in good word with Nolden so that he might allow you to train melee accuracy. Will you still assist me? Keep in mind that if you're helping me, you won't be able to do any other work in the village until later." "Of course." "Excellent. We have learned that the camps are protected by heavy weaponry as well as an impervious repulsor shield. Our scouts tell us that the shield generator being used by the enemy is an Old Republic-style model for which we know the exact specifications. This allows us to configure remote control devices to power down the shield." It's that easy, huh? Well, not really. First of all, we need to know the exact frequency code for the specific shield you wish to power down in order to configure the remote control device. Each shield has its own frequency code. We have gotten reports that many of the camp's soldiers carry data discs with frequency codes on them. And I guess I'm supposed to find these data discs? "If you return such a data disk to me, I will give you a remote control device configured with the proper frequency to power down the shield. If, however, one of your companions here at the village already has a remote control device for a given enemy camp, it might be wiser to simply help them instead. What about my reward if I work with someone else? If you and a friend decide to take this task on together, I will make sure that both of you receive your training as long as you both participate. I will not have you risk your precious life for nothing in return. Which part of this mission are you interested in? You can also perform both tasks if you wish." So this is the thing, like, if you do this with a partner, one of you has to do one task, the other has to do the other part. So let's see what he says if we do. Tell me about powering down the shield generator. "Then you must power down the shield generator and eliminate at least 5 of the enemy's troops afterwards. You will fail this mission if you perish any time after the shield comes down, but before the commander is captured. You must then also ensure the commander somehow makes it back to this village for interrogation." And for the other one, capturing the camp's commander, you must join a group with someone who has powered down the shield generator and eliminate at least 5 of the enemy's troops after the shield comes down. Alright, so you had to capture the commander and return him to him for questioning. So that's the thing. Now, unfortunately, let's read our journal. "With several enemy camps on Dathomir, Captain Sarguillo of the Aurillian village has asked you to scout out the locations of these camps. They can be located anywhere on Dathomir. Each camp has a shield generator that must be powered down remotely before you can infiltrate the camp. In order to find the frequency codes for the various shield generators in use at the enemy camps, you must hunt down members of the enemy force and relieve them of any frequency code data discs they might be carrying. If you return such a data disk to Captain Sarguillo, he will give you a remote control configured for the frequency code on the disk. You may then use this remote to power down the corresponding shield. Once you have a remote control device, or you are grouped with someone who has one, you may attempt to capture the camp's commander. There are 2 ways to earn credit for this mission. Option 1, power down the shield generator and eliminate at least 5 of the enemy's troops afterwards. That should be enough to lure the commander out. You will also be made personally responsible for making sure the commander gets back safely to Aurillia. If you perish any time after the shield comes down but before the commander is captured, i.e. You will need to complete option 2 below instead of allowing one of your groupmates to take on that responsibility. Option 2, join a group with someone who has powered down the shield generator and capture the commander. You must then safely return them to Captain Sarguillo for questioning. Since the Aurelians value teamwork and camaraderie so greatly, you will receive a mission bonus from Captain Sarguillo if you complete the mission with a friend. To become eligible for the bonus, one of you must power down the shield, and one of you must capture the commander. Remember that the mission is not complete for any participant until the commander is safely returned to the village. That's a mouthful. Now, you might have noticed that nowhere in that journal entry, and nowhere in my datapad, do I have a waypoint for any of the camps. Yeah. Originally, you actually had to just go out and drive around Dathomir randomly looking for, you know, these camps that could be anywhere on the planet. Luckily, we have the waypoints already. However, it's not quite that simple. See, what I'm going to do is I'll put in the video description all of the different waypoints that could a camp could possibly spawn at. However, there are actually more coordinates than there are possible camps. See, when SOE designed this quest for the village, they had a bunch of different waypoints that they wanted camps to spawn at, but only gave each server a handful of actual camps. So depending on which server you were on, your camps for this quest of the village might be different than another server's. So because of that, because I'm testing this on the Nova server, when Jedi are actually implemented onto Basilisk, there's a very strong chance that the camp that I go to in this video will not exist on Basilisk. It might, but if it does, that's completely random. So like I said, I'm going to put the waypoints to all the camps in the video description, and once Jedi are actually implemented on Basilisk, I'm going to go ahead and mark which one of those waypoints, once I get the information, of course, I'll mark which waypoints are known camp locations on Basilisk. But for now, I haven't done this yet, so I don't know what camps actually exist. So we're going to have to punch in every waypoint and give a few of them a try.
20 minutes later.
So yeah, that's a lot of camps. Let's see what it looks like on the map. Alright, so yeah, they're kind of all over the place. Alright, so we're coming up on the first waypoint. I'm looking on my mini-map. What do we got? Reptilian flyers. Oh wait, an alpha surveillance droid. That's... okay, it looks like we do have some stuff. Hey, check it out. There's a camp here. An alpha surveillance droid. Alright, so that means this is Camp Alpha, I believe. And I think we have to look for... Yes, okay, so because it's an alpha surveillance droid, that means this is Camp Alpha. So now what we have to do is look for Sith Shadows that are patrolling. Here we go. Sith Shadow Pirate, Sith Shadow Outlaw. And we have to kill these guys until we find a data tape or a data disk for Alpha Camp. So when it drops, when these guys drop a data disk, it will be for a random camp. Now luckily, I'm going to pull a couple of these at a time. I am using just like the basic blue frog buffs, just like I was in my other videos. So you should, if you're a combat profession, have no problem fighting these guys, as long as you don't, you know, pull the whole group. But if you, I mean, maybe you could pull the whole group, but I'm not going to try. These guys... Okay, the Sith Shadow Pirates actually do have some pretty heavy resistances. Kinetic, 65%. It looks like their weakest is Blast, so if you're a swordsman, you have a power hammer, that's probably what you want to be using. Same here. Yep. So blast damage is your go-to damage type here. But overall, they're not very challenging. Okay, we killed 2. Let's see what we get. Hey, we got a frequency code. Interesting. Okay, so... we get remote frequency codes. This data pad appears to contain frequency codes for a shield generator. Return it to Captain Sarguillo at the Aurillian Village on Dathomir for more information. And a waypoint data pad. This datapad appears to contain coordinates for some sort of outpost. The records mention something about Shadow of the Sith. So let's bring this back and see what Sarguillo gives us. Alright, so I want to turn in these frequency codes. Very well, here's a remote control configured with the frequency code on the datapad. Good luck. Alright, so this is what I was afraid of. So he gave me a, I don't know how to say this, Xi shield generator remote. What about the waypoint? This encryption is rather simple. I've added the waypoint information to your datapad. Is that named? No. So, alright, so let's see. Which one is this? Negative 3961. Negative 2606. Oh, that's this. That's interesting. That's not even a waypoint that I had on my list. Unless I miskeyed when I was entering waypoints. Anyway, let's go check that out and see what's there. So we do have some Sith Shadow pirates out here. Let's see what's at this Aurillian enemy waypoint. Aha! We have row surveillance droids. So there is a camp here. Unfortunately, it's not Alpha Camp, it's Row Camp. Or, I'm sorry, it's not, we know it's not Alpha Camp. It's not Z Camp or XI Camp. So we got a waypoint to a camp, and we got a shield generator remote, but it's not the right remote for the right camp. So what we have to do is continue killing these Sith Shadow patrols until we get a remote for a waypoint, or a remote for a camp that we know the waypoint to, or now that we have a remote, we can search the entire planet for the camp that we have the right remote for. Basically, we have to have a matching remote camp combo. Alright, so he gave me a waypoint datapad, or a waypoint data. Aww. Well, don't leave your speeder bikes out, guys. Let's see if we can take on this whole group. Yeah, they hurt a little bit, but luckily I'm a doctor. We try focusing down one dude at a time. I don't think I have any brandy or anything on me to help my mind. Alright, so credits. Waypoint datapad. So we got 2 waypoint datapads. I want to make sure it's possible to actually get multiple remotes, because I wonder if maybe once you loot a remote, if that's the base that you have to go to. Because that would be very unfortunate. Hyperdrive part, credits, picture printer. Great. Oh, there is a camp over here. That's Camp Pi. Look at that. 2 camps right across from each other. Neither of them are the one that we need. Whoa, fast respawn. Alright, let's just loot. Credits. Hide boots. Paint dispersal unit. Armor attachment. What kind of armor attachment? Taming vicious creatures 9. Or in a heavy-duty clasp. Alright, so we're not having any luck actually getting another shield generator remote code. Oh wait, no, I did get one. Remote frequency codes. Alright, I mean, I was going to destroy my generator to see if that would help trigger... Oh wait, I forgot to loot this guy. Hey, we got more remote frequency codes. Okay. So, let's kill one more group and see if we can't get some more codes first. Credits. Broken electro binoculars. Credits. Used ticket. Broken decryptor, which is junk. Orange rug thread. Remote frequency codes. Clothing attachment. Credits. Musical mind enhancement 7. It's pretty good. Alright, last two. Waypoint data pad. And a slave collar. No good to us, but let's go back to the village and see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 waypoint data pads and 1, 2, 3 more frequency codes. Hopefully they're different than the one we already got. Back at the village, talk to Captain. Frequency codes. Uh-oh. Oh no, wait, that's good. Rho is where we were. Another Z. Omega. And we don't know what the waypoints are until we go there. But we had 4 waypoint. Okay. Well, one of the waypoints is right here. That's not that far. Let's go there and try that one out first. Looks like some Rancors are fighting some Sith Shadows over there. We'll just kind of leave them be. Night Sisters and Sith Shadows. This is Camp Beta. Unfortunately, we don't have a frequency code for Camp Beta. We could keep killing, and hopefully we would find code for Camp Beta. But I guess we're going to have to go try one of the other waypoints. Okay, let's see which camp this is. If there even is a camp here. Yeah, there is. Hey, this is XI. Okay, so let's... I mean, this is a pretty far hike back to the village, 7 kilometers, but we're gonna do it. So, do I need to... What happens if I activate remote? Nothing happens, must be closer. Okay. So, let's get... Oh, I'm getting shot at by a small block turret. Lovely. Alright, well, let's check these small block turrets out. Wow, 80% resist to kinetic. This is definitely where swordsman comes in handy. Blast damage against turrets is extremely effective. 95% to energy and 100% to stun. Wow, and they hit pretty hard. Alright, how much ham do they have? 75,000. Let's see what happens if I use my shield generator remote. Alright, you've completed the mission step, power down the shield generator. The next step is to dispatch at least 5 of the defending enemy forces. You must also take care to stay alive to oversee the capture of the camp commander. Failure is not an option. Okay. Well, that thing almost just killed me. I wonder if I can lure the thugs out. There's a gate. Man, look at that. These guys do some serious damage. I'm going to try to burst run in there. There, we got the... Oh, God, I'm going to die. Since you failed to fend off the camp guards, your only chance of completing your mission at this camp is to capture the camp's commander yourself and return him safely to Captain Sarguillo in the Aurillian village. Yeah. There's the commander. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to take out these turrets. Alright, so what I have noticed is that these Sith Shadow thugs keep spawning outside the front of the base, and they kind of run towards the base. And then they kind of linger right outside the gate. You can see them here just kind of standing there. And then they're going to despawn. It might take a little while, but eventually they all just disappear. There they go. So if you're smart, you can kind of like time your attack so that you're not fighting like a group of guys along with these turrets, but like as a melee character, these turrets are gonna totally shred you. Like there's no way that I'm gonna be able to take these turrets out on my own. If you're a ranged character, I'm pretty sure that you can like get in range of just one of these at a time and maybe slowly like work their health down so that, you know, you'll take this one out and then work your way around the side of the base and take one out from that side. But as you can see, like as a Terras Kasi, I'm just gonna die. There's no way I have enough. Yeah, I'm dead. There's no way I have enough time to take these turrets out by myself. Alright, well, I'm back at the camp, and the turret that I engaged is still missing its chunk of health that I did to it, or the damage that I did to it before I died. So I guess if you're really persistent, you could just keep coming and chipping away at its health, and then dying, and coming back and chipping away at its health. I don't recommend that. I'd really just get some friends to help you with this one. Luckily, since we are on the test server, and I am a community tester, I could cheat a little bit just to show you guys what actually happens when you get through this. And, yeah, small part of me feels bad about this, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and I don't have time to find somebody to help me with this right now. So we're just going to do it this way. I don't want to kill Area because I don't want to kill the commander if that actually happens. Alright. Yay, we did it! And there's another gate. And in the center of the camp is the Sith Shadow Commander. Now, I'm going to turn all my special fancy stuff off now. Just so we could see how possible is it to actually get this guy out of here. Alright, so you're going to converse with him and you're going to choose Capture. Alright, now you've taken custody of the base commander. Ensure the commander's safe return to the village of Aurillia. A waypoint has been added to your datapad. If the commander is not safely returned to the village before he dies, no one who has participated in this mission will receive credit. Should you lose custody of the commander, you will fail this mission. Now, thank God this guy runs, because I seem to remember back in live this guy would actually walk. But similar to how you had to bring the villagers back in the Phase 1 quest for the survival branch, you actually need to stick with this guy all the way back. There is no, like, getting on your swoop and driving back to the village. You need to run with this guy the entire distance back to the village. It's a nightmare, and I'm going to do it for you. A lot of Dathomir has these, like, very narrow crevices. If you don't have terrain negotiation, trying to go straight up these crevices will bring you to, like, a crawl. So you always want to try to go up the canyon walls at an angle. Even though you're not heading directly towards your waypoint, the amount of time you save by moving up that terrain at a increased pace saves you so much more time. Also, just due to the sheer number of hostile mobs that are on Dathomir, you're probably going to have to make small detours around spawns like this quite regularly. This is another reason why it's good to do this with a buddy or two, or even just in like a huge group. Even though not everybody in the group is going to get credit for it, only 2 people can get credit at a time. But just having like a handful of people with you to help clear the path for you so that you can make a more direct run will probably save you a couple of minutes overall. And I mean, it's already been like 7 minutes and I've only made 1 kilometer. Alright, so here we have our first Sith Shadow pirate spawn that's going to try and rescue the commander. What we need to do is intercept him, make sure that he doesn't get too close to the commander to free him, or he'll just actually get right up to him. I think as long as he's engaged with you, he can't free the commander, but I think one thing you do want to do is try to keep moving. Because what happens is, the game doesn't tell you this, but apparently you are timed. I think like the lore or the excuse is that the captain took some sort of biotoxin to kill himself when you capture him. That way he can't, you know, divulge any information. It's kind of like taking a cyanide capsule in real life, which a lot of like high-ranking officers used to have cyanide capsules in their teeth or whatever, so that if they were ever captured by the enemy, they could, you know, break the capsule and kill themselves before they, you know, were forced to talk. Anyway, it's a in-game reason to explain why the commander, why you're timed to bring him back to the village. So any moment you want to try to be moving towards the village, even if you have to slow to a walk, that way you're at least making, you know, small, slight progress. Here we got more Sith Shadows coming in from behind. I'm going to see what happens if I just outrun them. I don't think they give up. And they're actually gaining on me. Oh. They did give up. Well, there you go. If you're clever and fast enough, you can just simply outrun the Sith Shadows when they show up. Sith Shadow Pirate number 3. And luckily I'm able to just run and attack without having to stop. Well, it's been nearly 20 minutes now, and we're just nearing about the halfway point. I can actually activate this. Yeah, we're past the halfway point now. So it's going to take roughly 40 minutes to run this distance. You can imagine, like, if you ended up going to this camp up here, how long it would take you to make that trip is well over an hour. You really got to try to find codes to a camp that's nearby. Like, if you're able to get codes to whatever camp spawns here, or if you get, like, a camp spawn here or here, like, that's such a better run than this or that. Or, like, God forbid you ever try to break him out of this camp up here. Forget it. You're much better off killing more Sith Shadow patrols and try to find the code breaker, the shield generator frequency for a camp that's much closer to the village. Here comes more pirates. Just one. Ah, apparently I lied. It does tell you. It says in the journal, you've taken custody of the base commander. Being a well-trained agent of the dark side, he has ingested a quantity of biotoxins in an attempt to end his own life before being captured and interrogated. Make haste and return the commander to the village before the toxins take their toll on him. Without medical attention from the Aurillian healers, he will not live to see the interrogation chambers. You have less than an hour to return him to the village. If the commander is not safely returned to the village, no one who has participated in the mission will receive credit. And if you lose custody of the commander, you also lose the mission. So there you go. You have less than an hour. So I don't even know how, if you were to try to retrieve him from one of these waypoints up here, I don't know that you could. Just, it's not possible at this speed, considering the terrain, and, you know, any possible detours you'd have to make due to creatures. So finding the codes to the right camp is key to this mission. We have another Sith Shadow. I think maybe 2 of them? Yeah, 2 of them chasing. I'm not going to engage them again. I'm going to see if I can outrun these guys. Though there's a huge canyon coming up here that might, the terrain might hinder my idea. Nope. They lost interest. Cool. I can actually see the barrier of the village now on my mini-map. 800 meters. There we go, passing through the mist. About 600 meters. 600. Come on. 500. We're going up the hill. Oh no! 2 Sith Shadows! Come on, man. We gotta run. We gotta run. Run, dude. Run!
Run, Forrest! Run!
No! I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Don't stop, dude. Yes! Where's the closest entrance? 250 meters. Come on. We're in the camp. We're in the village. Yo, if he were to die right now, I think I would uninstall the game. We bring him back to the captain? Captain! No, he's here! So we bring him to the waypoint? Yes! Okay, so you bring him right to the center of the village, right here. The commander has been successfully returned to the Aurillia village for interrogation. For your efforts, you will now be allowed to train in melee accuracy. You have also been awarded a special color crystal that may be of use later on down the road as you begin to craft your first lightsaber. So let's check it out. Oh my god. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. This is the one item that I never had in live that I always wanted. This makes your lightsaber like a teal color, just like the color of the crystal. Yeah, that's awesome. That's it. That's melee accuracy. Now, I believe my character is still bugged, so I don't think Nolden will be able to train me anything. That doesn't mean that you won't be able to. Once you get that far, once you bring him back, you should be able to talk to Nolden and train in melee accuracy. Yeah, I can't. This character is still messed up, and I don't think it'll ever be fixed, but I'm still going to continue to use him to show you guys how to do this, just in case I need to use some sneaky, snaky god powers like I did in this video. But you guys pretty much understand everything that needs to be done. I highly recommend doing this in part of a group. If you do it as a group, the person who kills the 5 enemies at the base will receive a crystal in their inventory. It's not a lightsaber crystal. It's like an item that you can use multiple times. It's called a focused crystal, and it gives you a plus 900 mind buff that lasts 90 minutes. Now, unfortunately, you can't use this in conjunction with like entertainer buffs or food buffs. I don't think you can use it with food buffs, but we'll have to give that a shot at some later date. Maybe I'll make another video about doing this in a group, but that is pretty cool. So if you do want that, you're gonna unfortunately have to run this hell of a quest twice. You know, because whoever brings the commander back is the one who, I guess, maybe you get both? I don't know. We're going to have to do this again, but I'm definitely not doing it now. It's pushing 2 o'clock in the morning. It is actually less than 5 minutes until 2 o'clock in the morning, and I still have to edit this video and upload it. So I'm done for tonight. I hope you guys have found this video helpful and slightly entertaining. And yeah, look forward to the next one. Mobius1 here. Thanks for watching.